Hello there, it's Sarah from Paper Lovely. Thanks for joining me today. This is going to be our last birthday themed clapper card, and I decided I wanted to go with a Sweet 16 theme. So we are creating a birthday card with this. However, in thinking back on it, how cool would this be if you were having a Sweet 16 party? You could make this into the invitation. Like maybe it's going to have a movie theme to it. Like this would be a really cool invitation to get in the mail as well. I may need to work up something for that, so you might see more of these in the future, but for now this is our last birthday clapper card. So I'm starting off the same here. I've got everything cut out and ready to go. This is our largest piece. This is going to create the pocket for the clapper to move up and down from. I have gone ahead and just went over all these score lines here, added some 1/8" score tape to the edge of each of those little fold over tabs. And then I've got another piece of cardstock that is trimmed to slightly smaller than 3 3/4 by 5.5 inches. I'm going to center that there, and then I will go ahead and remove the backing and place down each one of these flaps. And there you can see we have gone ahead and created our pocket. So this is what the clapper board is going to move in and out of. We're going to grab this piece with a little tab attached. I'm going to add some art glitter glue, and I'm going to place that with the tab facing up. You want to make sure that those edges are nice and aligned. You don't have any purple sticking out, because this is going to be the part of the bottom part of the clapper board when they fit together. So you're going to take that tab and fold that over, and I'm using my bone folder to just smooth that out and make sure that that is nice and straight. And then I'll add a little dot of glue to keep that all together. That's going to be our stopper for the portion of there's a little notch on the clapper board that's going to catch on that to keep it from pulling out of the pocket once it's all placed together. So there you can see that notch at the bottom there. Now we're going to take one of our plain strips without the little tab on it. We're going to place this across the top of the clapper board. And you're going to line up that hole, and you also want to make sure that you've got everything nice and neat along the top there, so nothing sticking out. We're going to place that inside the pocket. There I'm going to show you how that little tab is going to work. So I have found that loosening up that left edge of the pocket really makes things fit a lot better. I like to take my bone folder and just run that on the inside of the pocket there. And that helps things give a little bit more leeway so you can keep everything nice and straight. I'm going to alternate our colors here. I wanted to pull in 2 other purples. So again, the order of these does not really matter except for this first one, because the first one is a little bit flattened on that far right corner there, and that'll line up with the edge of our white strips here. And then we're just going to alternate the lighter and darker purple with every other chevron strip. By the end of all these cards, I learned that it was much faster to just take these chevron pieces out in order and just leave one of those leftovers behind there to line everything up with. I kept taking them in and out and swapping them around. And then finally, by the end of this series of cards that I've done, I just found that it was much, much easier to just kind of have everything sitting off to the side instead of swapping everything out constantly. With anything, you get more efficient the more that you do it. And now we're ready to go. And I have enough left to make a whole nother card. I will just alternate in the opposite colors. So we're going to add our little hinge. Again, you're only going to add glue on the bottom portion of that, which is going to attach to the bottom section of our clapperboard. So make sure you're not going overboard on the glue there. And then of course you want to line up that hole, make sure everything's nice and straight. We'll add our brad in there. Using the little clips on the ends of this is really helpful to keep things in place. I highly recommend that. And there we've got our working clapperboard. Again, just for the aesthetic, I don't like the look of that brad hanging around the back there, so we're just going to take one more of these straight strips here, and we'll place that right across the bottom. All right, now it's time to get everything stamped out. We're going to use Versamark ink. I'll go ahead and hit that with some Simon Says Stamp Fine Detail White Embossing Powder, and of course use our heat gun to go ahead and set that. I'm going to pull in an additional stamp set by Stamp Market. This stamp set is actually called Cue the Confetti, and I thought that is really actually perfect for our movie themed birthday card. So I'm going to add that with some Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink. And then I wanted to pull in a little bit of pink with this. So I'm going to grab a hot pink for our numbers. And then to match that, I have pulled in some, let's see, this is Concord and Ninth Berry Kiss ink to stamp out that sentiment. So there you can see I've got my confetti and my numbers there. And I just felt like we needed a little more pink on the front. Gone ahead here and I've layered some gold glitter cardstock behind our numbers this time, just wanting to do a little something different, try a different color of cardstock. And then I did pull in, this is from that same number set. This is an old one from Spellbinders. I added the TH for 16th and I've layered that with the pink and gold as well. And now we will get our confetti placed down. So I've done a mix of the lighter and darker purple, same ones that we use to create our chevron stripes at top. And then I'm going to pull in a little more of that gold glitter as well. All right, so we have got every little piece in place, and that will complete our card for today. Giving you a nice close-up look there. Here are a few close-ups of the finished card. In the description box below, you'll find my blog post, which has additional photos and links to the supplies I've used. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a comment or a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.